Hello, and welcome back to the Fantastic Marble Race Cup. My name is Flame Vapor, and today we are going to be doing the semi-final race. In the semi-finals, we have purple, forest, brown, maroon, navy, and gray. Now, purple was actually a marble who started off in the B division, but was able to move up to the A division after the first division swap. Forest was always in the A division and did really good for the first two races and has been in the middle for other races. Brown also was with purple when they moved up from the B division and performed slightly worse. They were in third place but still moved on. The marbles from the B division who moved up to the semifinals, maroon, was in first for the entirety of the duration after the division swap occurred and was a rather strong competitor before that. Navy was actually a marble who moved down from the A division after the cutoff after race B7. They were able to get back and win the previous race in order to get into this spot. Meanwhile, Gray was alongside Maroon for a very large portion of the competition after the division swap, being in second and third mainly. But after the last race, they were tied, three-way tie, with two other marbles. But they were, in fact, able to win the tiebreaker and make it to the semifinals. We'll see the top three marbles who will make it into the finale. Their point value does not matter. It all comes down to this race to see who the top three marbles will be. Let's go. And here we have it, the course for the semi-final race, all together now. You can see it follows a format similar to a lot of finales in other series. It is a mix of all the other previous legs. Right now you can see the marbles have been released in the first section, which is a mix of all three qualifying races, the snake track, switch course, and the lightning circuit. You can see that the marbles, if they slow down to basically a stop, it's much more forgiving than in the previous, or in the qualifier round itself. They will be sent back, but Gray and Maroon blast through the spinners that are switching back and forth, hence the switch course, and make it into the second section, which is a mix of the Gravity course, Saw Blade Gauntlet, Conveyor Clash, and Tight Squeeze. Brown also joins them now. Back in the top section, Forest is able to make it, but Purple just misses out by getting hit by that barrier, but now joins the other marbles and is just Navy left in the first section. Now you need to go over to the right side to get up, and like Forest has just done in order to finish the second course. If you fall up to the left, then your gravity will be reset. Forest is now able to enter the Speed Shooter plus Circle Showdown area. You can see that it is in fact a shooter that's going into a circle, not unlike the central circle of the original Showdown leg. The other marbles are still struggling in the second area, and Navy is just entering it. Maroon seems to have gotten to the top section, but falls back down. Very unfortunate, but it is something that marbles need to be careful about. Purple now is making her way into the Circle Showdown / Speed Shooters area, and joins Forest. It is slightly easier to complete that section with another marble present. They can bump you in just like that. Purple bumps Forest into the yellow teleporter. That is the correct one. And Gray completes it without any aid on their first attempt. Now this next one is a mix of Over the Rainbow and Eye of the Needle. You must go over the rainbow into the Eye of the Needle. And now Maroon and Purple have both joined the other marbles in there, and Brown and Navy are stuck back in the second portion. Gray almost makes it there, and this is a very finesse part of the course. Historically, in the training of this race, it was best to just barely crest the hill like Maroon just did, and just barely make it over, but there were some alterations in the course since that training, so that strategy is not viable. But Purple does knock. So, well, they jump on top of Forrest's head, pushing them down into the next portion of the course, and now joins them there. It is a mix of plans in motion, fair and square, and also leg. I believe that's A6 or 7. Now they enter into the next area. That giant bull represents the column dash. You can see columns as decoration in the background. That's more of a just a waiting game. Just get to the bottom. Multiple marbles getting in consecutively will decrease the amount of time it takes for them to complete it by a little, depending on how closely together they enter. We've got Maroon entering the next section and Brown also advancing to the next section. Will either be able to catch up to Forest or Purple before they move on to the next section. The last 4 sections are in fact just based off of one leg each. Purple is able to make it into the race B8 as Forest and Maroon are now fighting. They join Purple, and Brown enters the gigantic bowl. Gray and Navy are still struggling back in the over the rainbow / eye of the needle area. All 3 marbles seem to be very close, but it is Maroon that's going to get up past that spinner. That is a very difficult spinner to get past. That first 5, that first group of the group of 5 that comes first is harder than the other spinners, but it does seem like Purple will be the first to enter the gridlock section, followed by Maroon, and now Forest is entering in. There is no time limit for these chambers, but they still want to complete them as fast as possible. It is Maroon and Forest in that fourth, but now Maroon is left behind, and Forest enters the chase area, the last challenge that these marbles must face in this leg, and Forest gets very close, but not enough to get into the box. Now this is a B division race, so Maroon has a slight advantage in chasing the box. Will Maroon be able to use that to their advantage? And they will. And just as they do, Purple teleports into the section at just the right time that they are able to touch the box immediately, and they will take the second spot. Meaning now it's only Forest, Brown, Navy, and Gray who can have a chance at getting in. So it seems as though Forest is struggling a bit in the final section. Will Brown be able to catch up and steal third place with an upset finish? It does not seem like Navy nor Gray will be able to get there in time. They are still back in the 4th section. Brown is able to join Forest in the last section. Will that pay off? Will they be able to make the most of this and make it into the finale? Or will Forest be able to take it back and place in 3rd and grab the 3rd spot? Forest, the first marble to ever place first in an official race, not the qualifiers. Meanwhile, Brown is the 3rd place person in the leaderboards overall after the cutoff. They were just below Purple and Forest. Purple has already qualified. Now Gray is down in the blueprint section, but it does not seem like that's going to even matter at all. And Forest will be advancing into the finals, and Brown, Navy, and Gray will not. Brown struggling a little bit. We'll speed it up until all the marbles are finished. And Brown has been struggling for over a minute, but they're able to make it in 8:03. can see now you can see now Gray is into the final section. The timer has ceased functioning, the display timer, but the internal timer is still working. Gray almost misses, barely misses the box, but there is basically no chance that Navy will be able to catch up. They are in the fifth section, but Gray does in fact finish in fifth. You can see Navy now entering the final section, very close to the box, and they finish 17-20, and that officially concludes the semifinal race of the Fantastic Marble Race Cup. And so it's been decided that Maroon, Purple, and Forest will be the marbles entering the final race of the competition. The winner takes all. Previous races, like this one, do not count towards anything in the finale besides being in the finale itself. Forest has won several legs before. Maroon won the most recent leg, and Purple was a very strong competitor in the A division prior to this race. They were also able to get into the finish line by luck very quickly. Will their luck continue in this finale, or will they fall down? Will Forest be able to pick up their game one last time, win the race like we all know they're able to? They just need to try. And Maroon just needs to be able to beat these other marbles. Maroon was able to beat them here. They just need to do it one more time in order to win. Let's see which of these three marbles will be crowned victorious in the finale of the Fantastic Marble Race Cup. I will see you then.